You have known Paul for?
Oh, gee, about 38, 39 years. A long time. Yeah, we used to teach together back in Ohio, and he moved out here, and I came out 25 years ago, 26 years ago, and I loved it here. There's a lot of nature. Yeah, they're abstract, but I get my ideas from things at the coast. I spent a lot of time around Cape Meares and walked the beaches, and for many years I took just photographs. I had always been a painter. Up until the mid-70s I painted, and I came to a point where I thought painting was dead, that there wasn't anything more to say. So I started taking photographs around the coast for many years. There's only so much you can do with photographs. I was photographing the more abstract kind of things, but it gave me ideas for paintings again, and this is, they're abstract, so the ideas come from things that I see at the coast, but they're not abstract expressionism. They're more lyrical, more poetic kinds of things, like a kind of abstraction that existed back in the 1920s or 30s, and that kind of abstraction, for instance, Arthur Dove, just sort of became eclipsed once the abstract expressionists became real well known. But I think there's still a lot to explore in that more poetic way of working.
This reminds me of what's that name of that artist?
Oh yeah,
Remember Milton Avery?
I know Milton Avery. I like Milton Avery. Yeah.
Similar sensibility.
Well, I'm flattered to hear that. I wouldn't say that directly he's been influenced. That one's one of the earliest of all of these, and it just came to me one day. There's a lot of fog along the coast, and I just had this idea in my mind, and this one went pretty quick to put it together because it was almost like in my mind to begin with. So
just came out.
Yeah, a lot of paintings I have to really find. I have to work on them for months and months and months.
And it's called Beach Still Life.
Yeah, it's just stuff that would be along the beach, and I just broke it into the simplest of shapes and put it together. I wanted to do something really simple like that. It's very hard, and it's not easy to do that.
And I like the simplicity of this piece.
Yeah, these two almost seem to relate to each other, and I think it's partly the period they were done in. There's
at the same time.
These are only two examples, but there's other ones I have too that are very simple, basically simple, but they're complex. And simple things are harder to do than complex things because all your relationships have to work very closely for them to work, and that's not an easy thing to accomplish. I'm using a little bit metallic paints on the background here, sort of graphite. I'm always experimenting, trying to do something that I hadn't done before. That's real important to me. And so I started using some metallic paints. I thought, yeah, why not? And I can kind of justify it. I see a lot of things at the beach that wash up that are metallic. So this is a pretty old piece, actually, and it was over a summer period that I did it. And each one, it's sort of like the theme of winter, spring, summer, fall. I mean, don't take it literally that that's what it means, but it's kind of the same idea. It's sort of like, let's say, a poem of colors. Each one being having a different color theme to it.
Did you plan on making this a set of 4, or did you just?
After I did the second one, then yeah, I was planning on doing that. I didn't at first, but then the idea came to me, and so I did 2 more that to make it a set. For me, it's kind of an older idea. Some paintings that I did in the early 70s, were like that, where there would be like 5 paintings and they would work together as one. I would call them symbiotic relationships, because one would kind of enhance another. So that's a little bit what this idea is about too.
We stop right here because YouTube they have a very short attention span.
Attention span, yeah. That's something I have to deal with as a painter too, because and I mentioned that in my statement that there's a lot of medium and people like to be entertained, and painting is slower that way. But in the long run, it lasts a long time, because painting you can look at for years and years and maybe discover new things in it.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome. Yeah.